What about if everything is just frequency and energy? What about if this material world we live in is just a reflection of everything else? Um, in the past 1 month and a half, I had to do something that I haven't done for a long time. Uh, when I went to where Ganga started, um, my intention was to connect me to something to do a bracelet for Ganga, the bracelet I have right here. And I went for a bath there with some friends, and on the way of there is a cave from a famous Baba here, and next to that cave is a cave where um, they believe Jesus used to live around here. It's just 20 minutes from where I live by car. I asked my friends to stop on the way there just to see it and just to know what it is. But I wasn't expecting that to be so big in the whole experience. And we stopped there. We met another guy. He went with us to the Pravia, to the city where Ganga start, where two rivers get together and officially Ganga start. We went for a swim, and the next day I was really sick, stomach sick. I didn't eat anything different. The other guys didn't get sick, and I had to cancel my gym for 3 days. I was in a routine. My only routine here is to go to the gym, and my health was in top notch. So I stopped just for 3 days the gym, and when I got a little bit better, I started doing gym, trying to do gym again. And then in these days, when I didn't do gym, I decided to go to Ganga, and instead of meditate just in the morning, I decided to meditate in the morning and the afternoon, the time of the gym. And in these meditations, it comes to me that in order to do this, I have to do like a disintoxication, and I had to do some fasting. So I couldn't eat more eggs. That was my main source of protein here. I don't eat meat anymore, and eggs were actually what keep my protein intake a little bit higher. And I was with my protein shake, I was with my creatine, all these things, and slowly in my meditations they asked me to cut almost everything. During this month, I was with no money anymore, and I was kind of worried about that. My bracelets were not selling, and I started this new t-shirt business. And as you see, my t-shirts are all inspiring the gods here. So in this process, in my meditations, it was coming to me that I shouldn't worry about money. And with the rent late and with no food, it's hard to not to think about that. But I've been to this before, and I know that is all part of the process sometimes. So I listened to what I was hearing, and as much as I could, I didn't worry about money. It got to a time that they asked me, oh, you just can eat or have whatever is offered to you. And I should just eat once a day. So I start doing that. And as always, everything just connect. When I had no food for the first time, then all my food was gone. A friend came from a city near here, and he decided to stay with me some days, and he treated me, and we went together camping, and we went to a cave here. Then I like to meditate. Um, in that cave, I was received for spirituality as my home, and my meditation was one of the best so far there. And then I understand why monks or yogis they like to meditate over fasting. Really, when you are over fast, your focus I think gets sharper. I usually meditate after eat, and in the Buddhist temple, I used to meditate fasting too in the morning, but not the same way I'm doing right now. So I understand the proper way to do a strong meditation, and when I was going there, I get so angry to see how much trash people here throwing around. And I did this campaign for my shirts, trying to raise some money to put some plates there and trash bins and everything, but didn't go forward. When I came down, the coffee in front of my place, like usually, they were pumping this music all the time. And then I understand why we have to sometimes go to ashrams and temples far away to keep our state of meditation and to go higher, because meditation is not something that you're going to go like from one day to another. You need a whole day sometimes to get to a good meditation. And the pop music and western music that I used to listen in Zurich, and then I used to listen in Europe, and then I listen were pumping here the whole day. They are definitely made. They are definitely made to bother your mind. It's so hard to keep your meditation state and to keep your mind focused with these musics around all the time. And here was like a brainwash because it was the whole day, every day. So it was really hard for me to keep my meditation and to keep my stage with this. I have to use my phone sometimes and for everything. So I did that campaign in the middle of all of this, asking people to help me out and stop the music, and finally they did. Um, it got to another situation where my food was all over again in the same month because I was just eating actually flour, doing like some kind of chapati. It's like a pancake, just pure that sometimes. Some noodles and soya chunks. And they are the cheapest thing you can buy around here. So I was just actually surviving with this food and I was feeling very, very weak because of that. But I was getting by and I know that would be just until Ganga Dussehra. And Ganga Dussehra was in the 16th now of June. One day before Ganga Dussehra, I was told I should go and sleep on Jesus Cave. And as I had like 5 rupees with me and no food, I had one noodle, one chocolate. I couldn't take any food with me. I should do a full fasting before. I should walk 3 hours and a half to this temple in the heat here. And I couldn't ask for a ride. I just could get a ride if it was offered to me too. All this was passing to me. So it was a big challenge. When I wake up in the morning, I was really weak. My mind was trying to convince me to stay around here, and Kanga is just 10 minutes from where I live. I have the waterfalls, I have the cave here to meditate. I could do something different, but I was pretty sure I had to be in that place. So I just packed my things, my 2 bottles of water, and start walking. Because more I take time to go, hotter it would get. And that was about 8 o'clock in the morning when I left. It was late already. And as I was walking for an hour, somebody stopped and offered me a ride and saved me like an hour of walking probably. and then I walk an hour and a half more, and I finally got to the temple. I was kind of exhausted but excited anyway because I wasn't really thinking I could do that in the way I was doing. Sometimes I was so weak during the day because of the lack of the food. Then I just walk around and just go to Ganga was so hard. So when I got there, I went for a bath in Ganga first to chill, and I started my meditation in the cave. And my meditation was very good. I probably meditated for hours because I stayed the whole day in the cave. I was interrupted just once or twice. Um, and I stay on meditation, I sleep, I meditate again, I went to Ganga, I went to meditation, and I stayed the whole day focused in that. And for me, I was sure that something is supposed to come at night. That's why they asked me to sleep there. Ganga didn't came in her crocodile dolphin uh, and didn't show up to me, but my mind was connecting to Issa. Issa is the name of Jesus here in India when he went to a Buddhist temple. Then he studied here. He went to other places that were already destroyed and you don't have records of that. But one Buddhist temple here, he has records of Issa and the things he did around here and his studies from 13 to 29. I never heard about before. I never thought I would reconnect to Isa, to Jesus in India. And like I say, I never knew it that he was in India before I come here. Um, to be in a place that he's supposed to live there for a while was the first time I think I've been in a place where Jesus was. And he was young when he went there. He was, as me, traveling, trying to find out some things, studying things, different cultures, different religions. And in that time, I had no idea how this we find this place and what brought you him here. But as I'm living in a place where Shiva took a very deadly venom to save the whole humanity, and it's just near here too. As I'm living in a place of many gurus and babas come here and get enlightened. As I'm living in a place where Vishnu, Lord Vishnu, one of the main deities, main gods of Hinduism, um, appears Rishikesh, the Lord of the senses. I realized in this how special is this place and how probably was in Jesus' way to come here somehow too. And I was thinking then he probably back to Ganga too, living in that cave. And I didn't know how he survived without food because the temple was not there. There is a little temple there now because of this famous Baba. And there's a little village there too, near, but there's really nothing much around. Still until today. So about 2,000 years ago, I cannot imagine how was it. And my mind was on this, was reconnecting to Jesus because I did fasting before to reconnect to myself. I did longer fasting before than was just water for more than 40 days. And I done some harder fasting, but I didn't remember it was so hard. And when I sleep there, like I say, Ganga didn't came with her crocodile dolphin to see me and I could not show her my bracelet. But Buddha and Shiva and Issa was very present in my meditation. And After that, I just sleep in the cave. Um, I was really tired. I remember at the time, and I just slept with some mosquitoes. I covered myself with my sheets, and that was the only thing I had. And it comes to me very clearly that we live in the spiritual world. We don't live in the material world. This world here is just a reflection of our spirit. Everything we do here is just a reflection of our spirit. Everything we do here is a reflection of what we vibrate there and how we are connected or not with our spirit. So in order to change your life or to change my life, I needed this big connection with Issa, to Jesus, because he was my first master. And after that, I got Buddha, and to know that Jesus was in a Buddhist temple too here, it makes my connection even deeper. And now I'm really connected to Shiva. That is my main mantra in my mind most of the time. And all these connections bring me to the reality I am right now and the search I've been doing during these many, many years of knowledge and truth and clarity. Um, there is many stories that you're gonna hear that Jesus was not right, was not real, and we know that we are genetic modified by ETs, and we know so many other things that are coming out right now. We are definitely in an era that knowledge and truth is coming as for the ones that are looking for that. It's coming more and more and getting more and more clear. But why I'm doing this connection with old gods and rituals? Because they were for me the ones that shaped the whole culture and nature that brought us to this evolution from a normal human being to what we have right now. For me, everything around me, it's actually kind of a miracle. How we imagine the computer and even this cup and everything really around, it's kind of miracle. And to don't praise the ones that help us to bring this knowledge and help us to grow as that, it's quite of stupid. I believe many of the gods were not from here. Jesus, Buddha, Shiva, I don't believe they were humans at all. Probably they were from other extraterrestrials. And they came here with a clearly mission to help us out. I have no idea why. Um, Shiva was here actually before us, and according to the history, thanks to him, we have the world we have today. If not, it will be just an ocean with a deadly poison in the bottom, and we couldn't even leave. So the idea that this planet was shaped by extraterrestrials and then it was shaped by other species can raise us, humans, and genetic modify us as humans to be similar to them somehow or to be useful for them. We don't know yet. It's pretty clear actually for me. I used to say that white people are never from here because of this difference. We need so much around us. We need to build so much around us to live. And we are sometimes so disconnected from nature. And when you see black people, Indians, they are much more connected to their environment. Even here living in India, I live among monkeys and cows and everything. They live among people. They live together with people. With all this trash we see around and all this pollution, nature actually lives among people more than I ever seen in my life. And like I love the parks around I live, and I always been close to nature and rivers and things wherever I go. But I never live in a city that nature lives so much among people as I'm living here in India. And this is pretty much everywhere here in India. For me, it's strange when I see an Indian and they got scared of a lizard or a cow. I say, man, they live around you. What are you talking about? Why you are scared of that? And nature for me is the main representation of God. It's it's with all this technology we have and all these things we have around, nothing compares to nature at all. The evolution and the lifestyle we have and everything else, without nature we wouldn't do anything. Without connection with nature we wouldn't be anywhere. So for me that's the main source of connection. That's why I always, when I go to praise something, I'm connected with nature first because they are my main connection with the original in here, with my origins here. We come from the ground. We are material worlds. This body is from come from the ground. The energy and the focus and the mind and the spirit then is connected to me. It's a different source. And the evolution that we've been taught by these gods, um, it actually shows you how important it is to think different, to think with love, to be peaceful, to disconnect from this greed of material world. As most as we live here as a material being, this is just a representation of what we have inside. If you are greedy for material things, it means you are completely disconnected from your source. You are disconnected from your origins, from your soul. Your body is just a machine here, nothing else than that. And if you let this machine then just learn how to repeat things and standards and patterns, and you teach this brain how to live just for money and to pay bills, you actually just become a machine that is useful for yourself, because this won't bring you the connection that really brings your evolution. And doesn't matter if you believe it's ETs that raised us, that brought us this new knowledge, that raised us to be better or more evoluted. If you see in the end, you have to realize that if then we evolve with this kind of thoughts. We evolve when we are in peace and in love. And true evolution is about this. True evolution is about raising our conscience. It's about understanding basic uh, things in life that many people who live the whole life and don't understand. So I'm not putting this bracelet on sale right now. This is the third day after my experience. I'm feeling much better right now. But it was so deep, this experience with me, then I prefer to hold a little bit and actually know more about what is this energy that came with this bracelet right now and what is going to be the effect of this in me, so I can put on sale and see for who is going to be this bracelet for. Because right now for me it was a huge challenge. It gave me back the connection with Jesus, and it definitely was a cleanup in my body and mind. I don't like to do these things. I don't like to do fasting like this, long fastings. I don't think it's healthy at all. I done sometimes in my life, and I think sometimes it's okay, but I don't recommend anyone to do it. And I think you have to do it when you have to do it. Like I did it because I had to do it, and when I start something, I go until the end. So for me, was very clear what they were trying to do with me and what they were trying to teach me in this process to connect to Ganga, can purify us, can clean us, and then is a force of a godness in a river here in India. Then unfortunately, Indians are destroying it. I have to talk about this. I was talking to a friend here, and he's a history teacher too, and he says something to me that is truthful, very, very sad and truthful. Like I see nature being destroyed by trash here. People are trashing nature everywhere in a way that is horrible, and it's just unbelievable. And Ganga today is one of the most polluted rivers in this planet. From 2,500 kilometers of extension that Ganga has, 650 kilometers, it kills every biodiversity around it. That's how polluted it is. And this is done by Indians. This is done by the culture that knows it's a holy river. So Indians are destroying their own connection with their gods, with their roots. And as most as I see Hindus are coming back right now with Modi supporting Hindu culture again, I sometimes look and looks like people come here just for pictures and not for meditation, not for spirituality. Um, in the beach in Ganga, you see a lot of bottles, broken glass, people that go in there just for drinking. And the waterfalls are ridiculous. How many bottles and broken glasses and trash is around. So unfortunately, the capital of yoga and one of the most spiritual cities in this planet is being destroyed by Indians can come here just for tourism and fun. And that was my fight with the cafe in front of here because they are completely disconnected with the culture here as much as they put Bhumi in their name, as much as they put some um, once in a while they make music for the gods. They are just a business and they play whatever it is and pumping music completely disconnected with what this place is all about. And this just represents what is this going to. There is a lot of things here and I was happy to see it. We see here one of the biggest bungee jumps in the world. We see here a lot of attractions and tourist attractions and haftings, like 100 plus companies. And unfortunately, what I saw and I was happy to see around here because there's so much to do around here, it's actually bringing people here just for fun. And these people, they just came, they take a bath in Ganga, they say pray, and they go party. They want fun. They have no idea of how holy this place can be and how holy it is. And they destroy nature and as nothing, always giving excuses to do it. It's 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 just something I had to talk about it because during my times that I was meditating and using this place as it is, this got really loud around me, and this really shocked me and hurt me. I was in a mix of, I don't know, I was in a mix of sadness and angry when I get out of the forest. I used to meditate and I saw all just trash around everywhere. It's just, it's sad to see that people come here to do something like this and doesn't connect. And I understand why spirituality is not connecting to people anymore and why it's so hard sometimes to connect. Because the main connection with spirituality is nature. And if you destroy nature around, you destroy your connection with yourself, with your roots, with spirituality. So I want to say that I want to talk about what I was doing in the last month and a half and my new bracelet, but I will not put that on sale yet. When I release on sale, I will be clear about everything that is this meant to be and all these connections and reconnections this did to me, so I can really show this for the right people to buy it. So everyone have a great time, and I will keep you uploaded. There's a lot for me to talk about and come this month. I'm trying to resume here how I was doing and what I was doing, and I will make some more videos about the cleaning here. It's a challenge for me. I don't want to leave this place without leaving the seed of a cleaner Rishikesh, of a cleaner Tapovan, and without leaving marks and can people respect the forest as it is, as holy as it is. So this is a focus for me right now, and I'm going back to work. I'm going back to produce some more shirts, and tell you more history in the future. So namaste everyone, and see you around.